Hey guys, happy Monday afternoon. I'm working from home today and just taking a quick break from working and wanted to make a video because I was actually watching a couple videos earlier and I came across Lynn from Little Foot Nursery's video that she put up, and the topic on her video was, would you refuse to sell to buyers who mistreat their dolls or are known for not treating their dolls very nice? And I thought this was a really, really good topic. And I have an opinion on it. Of course, I have an opinion on it. And I have bought and sold so many dolls over the years that I can tell you I have in the past and will continue in the future to refuse to sell to certain buyers for various reasons, and this is one of multiple reasons why I potentially wouldn't sell to somebody. So that being said, the topic of what if you know of a potential buyer who is just known for a lot of damage been to their dolls when they've had them, fingers being ripped off, hair loss, things that with normal wear and tear shouldn't happen. And you see it as a, repetitive thing that keeps happening over and over again. If I have a doll that I love very much and care about a lot and have a bond with, I will particularly not sell to those particular buyers / collectors because I don't want something happening to the dolls, even though I know we sell our dolls. We sell them on, we're supposed to not care about them, but a lot of times we have to part with dolls for reasons that are financial, and you don't really want to part with them, but you're forced to, and you may want the, chance at having them back. So you may, as a stipulation of the sale, want the first right of refusal should the buyer sell that doll later on. So if you ever want to have that doll back, you want the doll to be kept in really good condition, just as you would keep the doll. That's how I look at it. I always keep in mind when I'm handling my dolls that I may potentially want to sell them in the future. Not, pretty positive that I will sell almost every doll that I have in the future. It's just not currently, maybe what's happening, but I always err on the side of caution because of the fact that I want to keep the doll in the best condition possible for future resale, because I know that I am more than likely going to sell the doll in the future. It's just kind of how collecting works. New things come out, we sell our old dolls to get new ones. That's just how it is in this hobby. It's how it's been for many, many years, and it'll be continuing on that in the future. So the same goes to potentially choosing the next mommy. Like, for instance, this particular baby, I have a laundry list, a huge list of people that are interested in buying her if I decide to part with her. And I will tell you that I have a handful, probably only a couple of people that I would feel the most comfortable with selling her to. And that's just me being honest. I mean, who knows what the future will bring, but if I know somebody and they are offering me money for her and it's close to or what I want to get for her sale, I'm going to choose potentially the better buyer, which means to me, I know it's somebody that I trust, someone I may have done business with in the past, someone I know their reputation of how well they take care of their dolls, because that means something to me. So that's also something to keep in mind, all collectors out there, that as you build a reputation in this community, how you care for your dolls is also very important, because certain sellers may not want to sell to you if you're known for having dolls that come up with several issues and boo-boos after you've had them. So that's something I always pay attention to. I always have. I have refused to sell certain dolls of mine, especially special dolls, to certain people that I know are hard on their dolls, that may bathe them regularly, that may handle them, in my opinion, too frequently, change them too frequently, and I've seen boo-boos constantly happening on their dolls. That's just my own prerogative, because me as a seller, I have the right to sell to whoever I want to. But, reputation to me in the doll community is everything when I go to sell anything. And it could be, you know, not necessarily the most expensive doll on up to very expensive dolls. I mean, any doll is considered in my mind expensive, and with all of the scammers out there and everything else, that just adds a whole nother layer of stress to selling dolls. So if I can sell my dolls to somebody that I trust and know and have done business with and know in the community for a long period of time, that is who I'm going to probably sell to. It's not always about the highest price either for me. I have actually taken less money for certain dolls just because I'd prefer to see the doll go to a specific person. And I try to do the first come first serve. If I'm like in a hurry and have to sell and I'm not particularly attached to the doll, so I don't, look to have the doll come back to me in the future, then I'm not picky whatsoever, and I will probably sell to the first person that can give me my full ask. And I'm not really screening for, someone I know as much, or someone that I would want to buy the baby back from in the future, if that makes sense. So there's lots of things to kind of consider when I'm choosing a buyer, I suppose. But this baby here, she's very, very special to me. So, it would be, something I'd really want to consider, like, who would I want her to go to? And luckily I know a lot of the ladies who have had interest in her. Many of them I know very well and would trust her with, I guess you could say. So that's important. So that's good. But it is definitely something I do consider. And that's the right of us as collectors selling our beloved, collectible dolls. I mean, think about it. We have an emotional attachment to them, and we want to make sure they're, cared for properly. And I know that sounds silly because it's just a doll and it shouldn't matter once they leave our possession, but it definitely does to me. It's something I think about. It's something I consider. And this was an amazing, interesting chat. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody talking about this particular topic in the past. So thank you, Lynn, for another great chat topic to pass around. I'd love to also hear others' opinions out there on this, and if you've felt the same way. Even if you don't feel the same way, you may completely disagree with my thoughts and opinions and feel that it's unfair, that I would, perhaps choose not necessarily the first person that makes an offer. And Lynn actually made a really good point in her video, and I will link her video below so you guys can go watch her video as well, is that you can kind of associate it with like selling a house or selling a car that you really liked. I mean, houses for sure, I can totally understand that. Like, you don't take your first offer. You wait and you see who potentially wants the house. And if you're lucky, you get multiple offers so that you can screen who may come in. And if it's somebody like a developer that wants to come in and tear down your house, it's probably less likely that I would sell my house to a developer if I had a big emotional attachment to the house, especially if you put a lot of work into it and you've renovated it. Like the current house we're in, we've done a lot of renovations, and it would break my heart to see someone tear it down. So I would be looking for the offer that, would be someone that would want to live in the house as it stands. So it can be equated to something like that. And I really like that explanation. And that was how Lynn kind of described it. And I agree with that. It's very similar. And because these dolls are so emotionally attached to us, like we have emotions for these beautiful babies. It's not unusual to want to make sure that the next mommy who enjoys the doll also cares very well for the doll so that the doll lasts. And that's how I think of it. So anyways, guys, that is my little chat topic for today. Monroe is in her little Dakota. She's wearing a little neck sleeper that has little girls all over it, I believe. They're little girls in different outfits. It's one of my favorites. I've shared with you guys before. She's just chilling out, hanging out. It's actually not so horrible outside today, but definitely a pajama day. And because I'm working from home, I don't have myself all dressed up and put together, which is the most wonderful thing about working from home. Tomorrow I actually do have to go into the office, but then I'm working from home on Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday I have off. So it'll be a pretty quick work week for me, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. And then we're on to Black Friday and holiday shopping. Holidays are full on now. So anyways, guys, I hope you all are having a great start to your work week. And Monroe and I will see you all soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.